Welcome everybody, and today we're going to do a Yin class for beginners, so it's going to be nice and easy, nice and relaxed, and remembering to just do what your body can do and nothing more. So it's not about pushing in any way in this class, it's just to allow everything to be exactly as it is, and it will slowly improve by itself with a zero effort. So we're going to start. Just take a cushion, place it under the base of the spine here, or the coccyx. Try not to sit on the cushion with your buttocks, it's just under the coccyx, which is the base of the spine. And we make ourselves as comfortable as possible. Just take your time here. Just find a way to sort of land onto the mat. And then we're going to rest the hands gently on the knees and invite you to close your eyes. First today, I want you simply to become aware of your breath. Each inhale and each exhale, as we land gently on the earth beneath us. Be conscious of the sounds that surround you in the space that you are in. And simply allow the sounds to be there without judgment, right or wrong. Be conscious of how the earth beneath you is supporting your body, each point of contact, and even the space between your body and the floor or the ground beneath you. Just allow your body to sit gently into the pelvis, so we're not trying to lengthen the spine or trying to do anything particular. And then gently coming up to your mind. And I'd like you to expand the space of your mind, just gently pushing out the edges, remembering that they're not limited by the physical form of your body. As we do this, the thoughts become less and less important. Feel how this affects your body and allows you to be in the space that you are in, peacefully and resting. This time is just for you and no one else, and simply honoring yourself for taking this time. And then when you are ready, slowly and gently opening the eyes. Welcome. Good. So we're going to continue in the butterfly position or butterfly pose. So we just simply place the feet together in the center. If you like, you can leave the cushion under the base of the spine or remove it. And we're just going to allow the knees to naturally come out into their natural position. And that may well be up here. And if you want to, or wish to, if it's uncomfortable, of course, you can always use cushions to support on both sides. Just allowing the knees to come down into this position. And for those of you who are new in the class and to my channel, no, I wasn't born like this. When I started, I was very physically handicapped, and basically the first time I tried to do this position, it looked a little bit like this. So it's just to be patient with your body and allow it to do exactly what it can do and no more. making no judgment right or wrong. As we sit down into this position, whether the knees are on the floor or not, try and allow your body to come more into the pelvis. Allow the back to round a little. And if you feel inspired to do so, you can come forward. Maybe you just place the hands on the floor first, if you can reach. Or if you can come just that little bit deeper, you can bring the elbows to the floor. And if you want to experiment a little bit further, you can take a block here, just at the edge of your mat, and rest the forehead onto the block. And as this is a class for beginners, most of the positions we're going to be practicing today, I'm just going to be holding them for about 3 minutes. And just staying conscious of the breath, and maybe experimenting a little bit with breath. Take a deep inhale and feel how the body lifts almost out of the position. And then as you exhale slowly, feel how the body sinks back into the position. This, in fact, happens with every single breath we are taking. But in the beginning, it can be nice to just bring focus to exactly what one breath feels like. And we expand to being conscious of every breath slowly over time. Be relaxing the arms and the shoulders just that little bit more. It doesn't really matter if the hands are resting on the floor with the arms straight. It's just to allow your body to be exactly where it is. And to dispel any myth that you might have heard about Yin Yoga, that we should keep completely still and just suffer, then just take that out of your mind and throw it in the trash can. It is to be as comfortable as you can possibly be at all times. And if you wish to move, you may do so. Maybe relaxing the hips just that little bit more, the lower back, the shoulders, allowing the arms to be heavy. If your head is not resting on the block, just allow the chin to come down towards your chest. This gentle movement, even by itself, is just gently stretching out the back of the neck and into the upper back. In fact, every breath we take, the body relaxes naturally with each exhale. So if you like, you can gently repeat to yourself, like a mantra if you like, with each exhale, relax, relax, relax. And one last inhale. Deep in, and as we take a long exhale, relax the neck just a little bit more. Maybe it moves 1 or 2 millimeters as we come just that little bit deeper. And if your head is on the block, maybe just lifting the head, coming a little deeper and placing the forehead just that little bit further forward. We're then going to gently release this position. So you can use the hands, of course, if you wish to come up. Remove the block if you have had one. And if you like, you can lift the knees with your hands if it feels a little bit tense still in the hips. Good. So we're going to stretch out one leg to the side of the mat, so we can stay sitting with the buttocks at the back of the mat and just bring the right leg out to the corner of the mat. Bring the left sole of the foot into the inside of your thigh, so not under the leg, but to the inside of the thigh. And here we can use a bolster or cushion, so anything that you have lying around to support the body, as I don't want you to come too deep into this position. It might be enough just to sit like this. And really, at the moment, it does not matter if the knee is a little bent. In fact, you could probably use some support if you're particularly stiff, as I was when I started doing yoga 36 years ago. So we can use the bolster, so we just bring it over the upper leg and we just lean onto the bolster. And I want you to rest the hands onto the lower leg here. So I'm not asking you to come down to the toes at the moment. It's just to rest the arms, allow the shoulders to be heavy, elbows heavy. So you can slightly bend the elbows. It's not about reaching the foot at this point. And just use the bolster for support. Drop the chin down to your chest again and maybe close the eyes. And again, conscious of your breath. Each exhale, allowing the body just to relax just that little bit more. And remember, we're not looking for centimeters here. Maybe the position improves with 1 millimeter today. But you can think of it this way. If we do 20 positions, for example, you'll have 2 more centimeters of flexibility in your body. It's a good way of thinking about it. So 1 millimeter can make a huge difference in all directions. And of course, if it's too intense for the back of the leg, if you have too much discomfort, for example, in the hamstring, you can come a little bit up out of the position and then just return yourself to the position. And again, as I said, it's not about reaching the toes. You want to allow the ego to be completely peaceful, not telling you that you should or you should not. Just allow it to be exactly as it is. Elbows are heavy. Bend the elbows just that little bit more. It doesn't matter if the hands come up towards your knee, just as long as the body is just heavy. So we're basically giving the earth beneath us the responsibility for the relaxation. Just relax the neck just that little bit more. Good, Jonna. A little smile on the lips, that's always a good sign. And then we inhale gently, coming up out of the position. And remove the bolster, just place it somewhere where we can reach it again. And we're just going to change sides. So we bring the left leg out, right foot, so move the ball out, our bolster out of the way. Right foot comes to the inside of the thigh, so the sole of the foot against the inside of the thigh. And again, we take the bolster and we just lean onto the bolster. And again, just bring the arms maybe to the natural position without the arms straight. And drop the chin down to your chest. Allow the shoulders here to be as heavy as possible. So we actually feel that the shoulder blades actually slide out and down towards the mat, out to the sides. Maybe relaxing the neck just that little bit more. The hips. It's very easy in the beginning, especially when we practice Yin Yoga, that the ego wants to take over and say, oh, you should be a little bit deeper, or oh, I'm so stiff, and all this sort of thing. Just allow it to be exactly as it is. In fact, if those thoughts come into your mind, it's just to smile at them. And just that process of smiling at the ego can allow the ego to just back off just a little bit. And if the body is shaking in any way, it's just to allow it to do that. The more we try and stop it, the more the body will shake. Really what's happening is the body is just releasing tension. Again, relaxing the neck just that little bit more so the chin comes in towards the chest. Again, stretching out the muscles in the back of the neck and down into the upper back. Just a gentle reminder of the breath again. Take a deep breath, lift, and then a long exhale, and just feel how the body sinks just a little bit deeper into the position. Even as I said, if it's just 1 millimeter. Remembering it at any point, you can back off from the position a little if it's uncomfortable. Make an adjustment and then come back into the position. And again, it's not about reaching the toes. It's about relaxing completely. And then we can gently release the position again. We remove the bolsters, we're not going to need that. And if you're going to be on my channel often, then it's a good idea to maybe go and buy one of these, because they don't cost very much and they're basically available almost everywhere. And maybe one of these as well. Good. Okay, so next position, deer position. So what I want you to do is to turn so you're facing the short side of the mat. Then I want you to take the left lower leg and make it parallel with the short end of your mat. So not 45 degrees, that's not parallel, so make it parallel. Good. You can even bring the left foot out to the side of the mat if you want. Then we're going to bring the right knee behind the left heel. You can use the left arm here just to support the body if you wish, just so you don't fall over. And then we head towards the short end of the mat. And again here, it doesn't matter if you use the arms or you use bolster for the support. It is whatever is comfortable. And here, of course, we can use cushions, we can use anything that's available. Maybe you have a small child running around and... No, I'm just joking. Good, I made Joanna laugh. Humour tends to take away the seriousness of this. So, there is nothing serious about it. It's just to play with your body and just experience what is actually happening. And eventually we'll be to lie down, the forehead coming to the mat. Or again, we can use a block. It helps the neck relax just that little bit more. So you'll notice that we have a beautiful stretch on the left side at the hip. And this is just what we're gently trying to encourage to relax just that little bit more. Good, Marlon, you can straighten the left foot towards the short end of your mat, just that little bit. Good, yes, exactly. And bring the right foot also for 90 degrees. Yeah, just bring the toes up towards the cushions. There you go. And move the lower leg out to the side of the mat. Good. Good. Again, here we just relax the shoulders. Conscious of the fingers, the toes, relaxed. And then we're going to gently release the position. We come up, make sure that all the bolsters and everything else that we need for support is to hand. And then we bring the right leg, lower part of the right leg, parallel with the short end of the mat in the opposite direction. You can also check, which I forgot to say on the other side, that the thigh of the right is level or parallel to the long side of the mat. Then we bring the left knee behind the heel. Again, we want 90 degrees with the right foot, 90 degrees with the left. And again, we gently come forward, either using some cushions, bolster, anything else you want to support. Good, Jana. We can use a block to support the forehead. We're just conscious that we're relaxing the whole body. Good. 90 degrees with the ankle on the left side there, Jana. So bring the toes up towards your head. There, yes. Good. Relax the shoulders just that little bit more. And of course, maybe you have discomfort in the left shoulder. Of course, we can just bring the elbow onto cushions. So remember what I said. Every time you do a position, just make sure that you're completely comfortable in every position, so you can completely relax. Just let go of any responsibility for doing anything. I made a comment once when I was with my teacher after a class, and I simply said to him that I was never ever aware in my life that doing nothing could actually achieve so much. And it's something that's stayed with me for many, many years and encouraged my own practice. Just do as little as possible to achieve as much as possible. Isn't that nice? It's a nice way of looking at life as well. Be relaxing the shoulders just that little bit more. Good, yes. If we're just constantly looking around the body, if you find anywhere where you're holding on to tension or stress, release it. to the earth beneath you. It's like everything's sort of running off the body and down into the earth. Good. Good. Gently come out of this position in a way that's most relaxing for you. We're then going to lie down on the mat. So making sure that nothing's in your way. And coming down as lazily as possible onto the mat and lying on the back. If you wish to here, you can place a cushion under the head. And don't worry, you have plenty of time if you want to collect one. Good. Just relax, allowing the body to again sink down into the floor. Maybe feeling that you're somehow floating in the floor, that you're part of the floor. It is something that we have difficulty to understand, that we are actually part of the space that we are in. We just assume we're in a space, but you are an integral part of this space. For those of you in the room, for example, if somebody came into the room, you would be in their space, and they would have to actually step over you, which makes you a part of the space. Make sure the fingers are relaxed. Good. If you have a cushion under the head at the moment, remove it and bring the feet together in the center of the mat. Good. Now, what I'd like you to do is bring the right shoulder out to the side of the mat. We're going to come into banana position, which is, as many of you have heard me say before, one of my favorite positions. And if you want to come just a little bit deeper into the position, we can move the head to the side of the mat. We then look down the right side of the mat and bring the right heel to the corner of the mat, and then cross the left ankle over the right, and then allow the left hip to just sink down towards the floor. Then we place the hands under the back of the head. So here we're just resting the weight of the hand, the weight of the head rather, into the hands. So relax the neck completely and just be conscious of this weight in the hands. You can look towards the top of the room here if you wish, or if you would like to, just close the eyes and listen to my voice. While we're lying still in this position, apart from the stretch that we can feel in the left side, maybe in the lower part of the stomach or the lower part of the back or the hip, we can also be conscious of the space that you are in, and in this space is the air that you are breathing. You can watch the air passing in and out of the body. Maybe noticing that the air is cool as it comes into the body and warm as it leaves the body. Simple and gentle awareness. Again, just maybe relaxing the shoulders just a little bit more. and both knees, the ankles and your toes. Maybe even the chest sinks just that little bit more down towards the floor. Bring your consciousness to your heart, resting within your chest. Also supported by the earth beneath you. Give your whole body to the gravity. Allow this earth energy to hold and support you. As you breathe. Making sure that the fingers are relaxed so we're not holding the head in any particular way. Maybe relaxing the neck just a little bit more. As the space between the bones of the spine relax, they also expand. So you may need to lift the head and move the hands just that little bit further away, so this space can breathe. Allowing the body to be as heavy as possible. Just for these last few seconds, maybe taking a long, deep inhale, watching the inhale and how the body moves with the breath. And then a long exhale and feel how the body sinks back down into the position. Good, so now we're going to release the head gently to the mat. So I want you to stay relaxed in the neck, the weight of the head exactly the same, and just slide the hands out from under your head until your head rests again on the floor, and then completely relax the arms. We uncross the ankles, bringing the left foot back to the center of the mat, and we bring the right foot to the left foot. We bring the body back gently towards the center of the mat. And we're going to directly change sides. So we now move the left shoulder to the left side of the long side of the mat, or the head, as I suggested earlier. Look down the left side of the mat, move your left heel to the corner of the mat and cross your right ankle over the left, and allow the right hip to come down. What you'll notice is that each time we do this position, the buttock just comes just a little bit more onto the mat. Again, we place the hands behind the neck. You might notice now, if you're conscious of your breath, that is almost non-existent. It is gentle, peaceful and still. Relax the knees just a little bit more. The ankles and the toes. The shoulders. And again, checking the fingers and making sure they're not holding the head in any particular way. Just that we feel the weight of the head in the hands. I'd like you to bring now your attention back to the air that is within the space that you are in and that you are part of. But this time just noticing the temperature of the air, the contact between the air and your skin. And possibly even the gentle movement of the air within the space that you are in. As it passes over your body. Maybe you're lying on the beach, as one of my students informed me during the week. And you can feel the gentle warm breeze passing over your body. And if you're inside, maybe just conscious of the movement of the air with the ventilation. For me at the moment, I'm feeling it first at the feet, and then the arms. The gentle movement of the air that surrounds you. And maybe even the temperature difference between the body and the surface that you're lying on. And remembering the space between your bones of the body, maybe lifting the head and moving the hands just that little bit further away so that the space can breathe. We gently uncross the ankles, bringing the right foot to the center of the mat, and bringing the left foot to the right foot. We slide the hands out again from under the head, returning the head to the floor. Relax the arms. Relax the hips so the feet can fall out to the sides, and then move the body back to the center of the mat. Here we can move both feet out to the corners of the mat. Placing again the cushion under the head if you wish. And making sure that your shoulder blades come to the floor or to the mat. And the arms approximately 45 degrees out from the sides of the body. And as I've suggested before, especially if you're new to Yin Yoga, And you're wondering, why should the arms be at 45 degrees? Well, move them into the side of the body, for example, and just feel the difference of the shoulder blades on the mat. And then return the arms out, or the palms of the hands up, and feel how the shoulder blades again return to the floor. The position of the arms will be unique to you. Again, maybe taking that long, conscious inhale and the long and conscious exhale as we sink even deeper into the floor. Like I said, almost floating in the floor. On the physical plane, the physical body, there are limitations. But on the conscious plane of awareness, there are no limitations. We are not limited by the mind, body, or form. We gently start to move the body. And here we can collect maybe a support or a block, maybe a book if you have one handy, or the bolster or a cushion, doesn't really matter. We're going to come into supported bridge. So we're going to bring both feet in towards the buttocks, and we place whatever we're going to use as support under the base of the spine. Sacrumbenet, it's called in Swedish, sacrum. It's the triangular bone at the bottom of the spine just before the coccyx or the tailbone. And it's important that the pelvis is resting on this so that we don't, for example, have it in the lower back. This is extremely uncomfortable and not very healthy. So we want this support, check that it's in the correct position. And then we stretch the left leg out to the corner of the mat, the right leg out to the corner of the mat. Again, allow the feet to fall out to the sides. And if you wish to, you can place the hands again under the head, or out above your shoulders, or even resting the hands on your chest with the elbows resting on the floor. Here, I would like you to be conscious, even if the eyes are closed, of how the pelvis opens towards the top of the room, without us actually making any effort to do that. It's almost like a flower opening to the sun. It is completely effortless and simply there to be enjoyed. Maybe relaxing the neck just that little bit more. If you chose to have a cushion and you don't want it, just move it. Find again this comfortable position where both shoulder blades are on the floor. This again will be unique to you. Some people prefer to have the palms of the hands against the floor. So you can always experiment, especially when you start to do the Yin Yoga, as to which one feels more comfortable. Yin Yoga is simply an awareness of your body and mind. Watch the breath. Maybe taking that long inhale and long exhale, or just simply watching the stillness of the breath and where the body is actually breathing. Is it down to the stomach or is it up by your shoulders? And maybe bringing your consciousness to the fact that every single breath, the body is constantly moving. Your chest gently expanding and contracting, almost as if the space is breathing with you. Good, so we bring both feet back into the buttocks. We gently press the feet into the floor so that we can remove the support. And consciously place the sacrum bone or the base of the spine back onto the mat and completely relax. Be conscious that the pelvis feels just that little bit different. And really connecting to the fact of doing nothing actually achieves a lot. Maybe a gentle smile comes to your lips, just with that thought. Now, straighten your legs. Feet together in the center of the mat. We're coming now into the last few positions here. What we can do here is to place a cushion under the back of the head. We can take the bolster and we're going to place the bolster on the right side of the mat, parallel to the long side of the mat, and basically the top of the bolster level with your hip. Then return the head back to the cushion under your head. Good. Now we're going to place the left foot on the outside of your right knee so that the ankle bone and the knee joint are basically in a straight line with each other. And we're going to roll up onto the right shoulder and the right hip, bringing your left knee down onto the bolster so that it can just rest here. You might like to have two cushions under the head. Would you like to? Okay, you're okay. Good. All right. Placing now the right hand onto the left knee. This is not to push the knee down to the bolster. It's just that the weight of the arm is resting on the knee. Now, we bend the right knee, coming into cat's tail. Bend the right knee and take the left hand to your right foot. And allow the foot to come gently down towards the mat. And we have this beautiful rotation through the spine. As I've said many times before, in the beginning it can be nice to look out here to the right. You can check the right elbows on the floor and the lower part of the arm is relaxed. And if you'd like to come just that little bit deeper into the rotation, you can either look to the top of the room or all the way to the left. Make sure that we're still not pressing the right hand down onto the left knee, that it's just resting on the knee. Eventually the left knee will be on the bolster and the right foot will be on the mat. For those of you at home, you're going to see this a little bit clearer when we do the other side. Again here, taking this long deep inhale and long exhale. Sometimes when we take this long inhale in this position, we get a slight adjustment in the spine. This is also very nice. Good. So we release the right foot from the left hand, straightening the right leg. And then we're going to roll back towards the center of the mat. Bringing again the lower part of the back, or sacrum bone, back onto the mat. And making sure that it's completely on the mat. This is why we still have the left knee bent, so that we can feel this contact. Then we straighten the legs. Now we take the bolster and just as lazily as possible drag it over your body, or the cushions, and place it on the left side of the mat. Again, top of the bolster, level with the hip. And now placing the right foot on the outside of your left knee. Again, ankle bone, knee joint in a straight line. Then we roll up onto the left hip and the left shoulder. Bringing the right knee all the way down onto the bolster. Maybe readjusting the cushions just a little bit. It doesn't matter what we do with the arms. And then placing the left hand on the right knee. And then bending the left knee and taking the foot with the right hand. For those of you at home, now you can see that my left foot is on the mat. It doesn't matter at the beginning if the foot is up in the air like this. It really doesn't. We're looking for this little extra rotation in the spine each time we do this position. Again, check that you're not pressing down the right knee with the left hand. The elbow is resting on the floor. And the weight of the lower arm is just resting on the knee. You can relax the right shoulder just that little bit more. And again, either looking out to the left, which is generally the easiest in the beginning, or towards the top of the room, or all the way to the right. Having the right arm as heavy as possible. Check again that the ego hasn't taken over and that the ego is not pressing the knee down to the bolster. The hand is simply resting on the knee. Again, the gentle awareness of the breath and the movement of the body. Maybe taking that long inhale and long exhale. And if you feel like taking 2 or 3 of those, you're very welcome to do so. A lot of the Yin Yoga purists, not to be too critical, we're going to say, well, you're not supposed to be actively inhaling and exhaling. Yes, I will agree with that. But in the beginning, Simple breath awareness can change how you practice the yoga. This simple awareness brings the focus to what is happening in your body. And eventually when you're practicing, you'll feel this in every single breath. Giving all responsibility to the earth beneath you. We then release the left foot from the hand and straighten the leg. We roll back towards the center of the mat again. Maybe placing the right foot on the inside of the knee. And again, making sure the lower part of the back or pelvis is resting on the mat. Move the bolster maybe away from the side of the body. And then straighten the leg, bringing the feet out again to the corners of the mat. Move anything that's in the way out of the way so we can find this position where the shoulder blades return to the floor. Maybe remove the cushions from under the head. And completely relax. This position is sometimes called Savasana. So we come to the final relaxation, where I'm going to take a guided meditation. Just simply listen to my voice. If you have any tension in the lower back, you can place the bolster or cushions under the back of the knees. Just making sure that you're completely comfortable, maybe placing a blanket over the body and just taking your time to land again onto the mat and onto the ground beneath you. This is a relatively short relaxation. But first becoming conscious of the way that the floor is supporting your body. From the back of the heels and to the back of your head. And remaining the eyes closed. And maybe making a conscious decision to stay as still as possible, and maybe just watching the gentle rise and fall of the body as the body breathes. allow yourself to settle and feeling this gentle support from beneath you. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a moment, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeating this a couple more times. And now allowing the breath to be completely natural and without control. With each breath, imagining the tension dissolving, like mist rising from a still lake and evaporating into the air that surrounds you. Feel the natural rhythm of your breath, flowing in and out like the tides of the ocean. There is no rush, no resistance, only the effortless movement of the breath. Like water, always finding its way. Imagine the first droplets of rain falling from the sky. Each drop carrying purity, renewal, and the infinite potential of water's journey. Imagine yourself now as one of these droplets, falling gently until you reach the earth beneath you. Once you feel the earth beneath you, merge with the other droplets to form a small stream flowing downhill, winding through the landscape. With each breath, feel yourself flowing forward, adapting to the curves and bends of life's path. At times, the water moves effortlessly, gliding over smooth stones. Other times, you meet obstacles, yet you do not resist. You move around, over or through, always continuing on your journey. Now feel yourself becoming part of a powerful river. The current strengthens, carving through rock, shaping mountains over time. You are this strength. You are this persistence. No force can stop the flow of your life. Notice how the river's flow changes from calm pools, giving way to rushing rapids. The water does not fight. It does not cling to the stillness or fear the turbulence. It simply moves forward with the path of least resistance. Breathe in and feel yourself letting go of any and all resistance. Breathe out and trust the movement of life. Where in your life are you resisting the current? Where can you surrender and trust that you will always find your way? With each breath, feel the river widening, opening, flowing towards something greater. You are no longer a single drop, no longer a rushing stream. You are merging into the vastness of the oceans of your world. Here the surface may shift with waves and tides and wind, but beneath there is a deep stillness. A profound peace that nothing can disturb. Rest here. Feel this depth within you, unchanging, steady, and infinite. If you wish to, placing your hands now over your heart and whispering to yourself, I am fluid, I am strong, I trust my path. I am fluid, I am strong, I trust my path. Slowly begin to bring awareness back to your body. Feeling the gentle flow of the breath like waves caressing the shoreline. Maybe moving your fingers and toes, as if waking from a deep, restful awareness. And then slowly and gently coming to a sitting position so we may finish together. We can bring the hands together and gently down in front of the heart. And again, for the last time for this class, just relaxing those shoulders just that little bit more. And we take a deep breath together. We exhale forward, thanking yourself for taking the time to be with yourself. Inhale, coming gently up, and exhaling the hands to the knees. Namaste.